Sitting next to your partner while scrolling on Instagram isn't connection, it's emotional junk food. And it leaves you starving for actual connection with your partner. Hey, I'm Krista, the relationship chef. I want to talk to you about how you actually connect with your partner and make meaningful moments that count. They don't have to take a long time, but they're important for you to do each and every day. I'm coming to you from my kitchen while I prepare some things for my Chef's Kiss cooking class this afternoon, which is going to be so much fun. Let's talk a little bit about how we connect with our partners. And I know that's something that we think we do, but we don't. There's checking in, there's saying, hey, how's your day? And then moving on to something and not even listening while your partner gives you the answer, right? There's a better way to do that. One thing that we're going to talk about that's really important when we are trying to connect with our partners is put the fucking phone down. If we have it glued to our hands 24/7, we're only giving our partners half of our attention, if that. And that's not enough. When our partner comes home or when we come home or we haven't seen them, you ask more meaningful questions and then you listen. Hey, how did that go today? Did you get that contract you were bidding on? And then listen to what they say and engage with a thoughtful response so that they know that you're paying attention to them and that you care about what they're saying. So many couples tell me, oh, we spend time together every night. We watch TV on the couch. Well, you know what? Newsflash. Sitting beside my husband on the couch is the loneliest I've ever been in my life, because we didn't have any connection. It was just sitting there watching TV. And I can remember it clearly and painfully because I didn't know what that feeling was. I didn't know what was going on in my brain or my body. And I just had this ache. And it wasn't until we split up that I was able to look back and say, hold on, that was loneliness. I was sitting beside my husband and I was lonely because we didn't have any sort of connection. We didn't spend the quality time together, make time for each other. And I know that some of you will say, what do you know about relationships? You've been divorced. It's because I'm divorced that I know the difference between a good relationship and a bad relationship. And it's because I got divorced that when I met Billy, I knew that I wanted to do things completely different. And now, after 9 years together, holy shit, 9 years, that's a long time. It went by in the blink of an eye, but our relationship is red hot as it always has been. I love him a little bit more every day, and I hope he loves me a little bit more every day. He gets a little more irritated with me, I swear, but no, I'm just kidding. Relationships don't have to be perfect, but if you want connection, you've got to make an effort to be connected with your partner. And let's be real, Billy and I aren't immune to these things either. There are times when I'm on my phone talking to my kids or doing something for my business, communicating with a client, and Billy will say something and then he looks at me as if to say, hello, do you even know I'm here? And then I realize the folly of what I'm doing. My time with him has got to be my time with him. We need to create boundaries so that we can put the other stuff aside. And everything seems important to us in the moment. And you know, when Paris is having a crisis, that's important. But when Riley wants to know what time I'm going to be serving dinner 2 weeks from now, that can wait. Billy is right beside me and he wants to talk about his day. And this is something that we all need to share, is that unloading of time, that talking about our experiences, and whether it's venting or celebrating, we need to be there for each other. And we can't be there if we've got our phone in our hand and we're not focusing our attention on our partner. And of course, for those rare occasions that I'm on my phone and maybe not giving Billy the attention I should, there's a million more when we're in the kitchen, we're cooking, creating, sharing in that love language of food. It's a perfect place. And so much conversation happens while we're doing that. Oh, did you see that thing the other day? Can you believe what that person said? Oh, isn't that sad that happened? So much conversation happens, and it's natural and it's not forced. The difference is night and day. One version leaves us kind of meh and doesn't register. The other experiences are memorable and they mean something to us. And they have that ripple effect, that long lasting connection that lights us up and makes us feel good inside. John Gottman's Institute research shows that the couples who stay together the strongest are not the ones who never fight. They're the people who recover from disagreements, the people who stay connected and who create these special moments together. They pay attention and appreciate those small moments. And thinking about the love languages, especially the quality time one. If that's your partner's love language, then that needs to be fed and nurtured, and you can't ignore that. For them, that quality time is oxygen. But honestly, if your partner's love language is something else, that undistracted, attentive time that you spend together is the fuel that fires everything else to bring you together. Here's a couple quick and practical tips that you can use to keep that connection. Cook together at least once a week and leave your phones in another room. You'll be amazed at how different this feels. Every day, have a quick 10-minute check-in where you ask, how are you feeling? How was your day? Is there anything we need to talk about? You can ask questions like, what made you smile today? What frustrated you today? And again, the key is to listen when you ask these questions. And finally, turn the ritual of connection into a tradition, not an afterthought. Practice it every day, not just once in a while. Because I've said before, a date night is a wonderful way to connect with your partner. But if you do it once a month and expect that to save the rest of the month that there's no connection, it's never going to work. You need to have it on a regular basis. And when you're connecting every day in little ways, then when you have that date night, that incredible cooking class or whatever it is you're doing, it's going to mean so much more. It's going to explode into your world. So no, being in the same room isn't enough. If that's all you're doing, you're basically roommates with benefits. We all had college roommates. We're not married to them. We're married to our partner. Let's make that a great relationship. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for lots more cooking little tips and rituals that I'm going to share with you. And if you really want to turn up the heat, then jump into Chef's Kiss and you will find a community, a social club, a place where you can connect with your partner, with other couples, and there's so much in there that you can benefit from. I'd love to have you there. Also, feel free to comment if you have any questions, and we'll see you around. Have a great day. Thanks for being here. Take care.